Our dollar isn't going as far in the grocery store. We've already reported this will be the most expensive Thanksgiving on record, with prices 14% more than last year. But that profit is not translating to industry in particular. Our farmers who are losing money despite the increase in prices.
As Jim Jones finishes the sweet potato harvest on his North Carolina farm, skyrocketing costs are slicing through his profits. Are you seeing any more money from this inflation?
No, we're actually paying for it.
The price of fertilizer, fuel, and labor are way up with no ceiling in sight. How did your profit change this year?
I would say maybe 10–15%.
What about looking ahead to next year?
I'd add that much more to it again.
Inflation may be cooking up the most expensive Thanksgiving in history for families. The USDA says the average dinner cost is up 5%. The American Farm Bureau says it may be as much as 14%. Their survey shows price hikes on most products, from potatoes to cranberries to turkeys, which are nearing a record high. Despite those markups at the market, many farmers say the price they receive for their crop isn't going up. So your price is staying the same?
My price staying the same, or a little lower.
Why don't farmers just raise the price of their crops?
Farmers are price takers, not price makers.
Patty Edelberg is vice president of the National Farmers Union.
Who's making the money from that inflation?
Much more the middleman than anybody else.
The USDA confirms that in many cases, processors and distributors that get food from the farm to store shelves are the ones passing along their surging costs. With materials and ingredients still stuck on cargo ships and a shortage of labor and truckers driving up wages and costs.
To some extent, we're also trying to pay for the uncertainty in the marketplace right now.
Trey Malone is an agricultural economist at Michigan State University.
So we're in the middle of a perfect storm of unique events in agricultural production. I would say buckle up for a while longer of these higher input costs.
Some farms are stocking up on materials in case suppliers run out. Others are waiting, hoping prices will drop. All these costs, especially labor, are threatening Matt Alvernaz's California sweet potato farm.
We were making $100,000 to $150,000 a year in profit. This year we're probably going to lose $80,000 to $120,000.
And it's only getting worse.
We could potentially lose $250,000 next year. We would not have enough cash to take into the following year in order to get our operating loan in order to operate for the following year.
Farmers are used to volatility, and both Alvernaz and Jones are now looking for ways to adapt, like downsizing or shifting to other crops.
It's gonna worry you, but I ain't gonna let it get me down. We'll survive somehow.
As long as these money problems stop piling up.
We just need to get a fair price for what we're growing.